Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to another quick and straight-to-the-point update here on Grand Prix, your daily source for everything Formula One. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the key developments. And if you enjoy this type of content, leave a like to support our work. It helps us a lot. Now let's get into it. It's no secret that Red Bull Racing has been going through a turbulent phase recently. Once viewed as the dominant force in Formula One, the team is now under fire, not only for on-track struggles, but also due to internal instability, controversy, and key personnel departures. Big names like Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley, figures deeply tied to Red Bull's success over the years, are reportedly on their way out, or already gone, shaking the foundation of what was once F1's most cohesive operation. And the issues don't stop with management. Red Bull is also facing growing concerns about its driver lineup, particularly its inability to field a second driver who can consistently match the performance level of Max Verstappen. Verstappen has been carrying the team single-handedly in many ways, and his frustration is becoming increasingly evident. So far, Red Bull has failed to provide him with a car capable of dominating races or mounting a serious title defense this season. The cracks are showing. Adding fuel to the fire are the rumors that Verstappen could leave the team in 2025 if things don't improve. There are strong whispers of a serious offer from Aston Martin, which, coincidentally, is where Adrian Newey is rumored to be heading, someone Verstappen has always trusted and valued. Could this be the start of a new chapter for Max? Many in the paddock believe so. Let us know in the comments. Do you think we're witnessing the beginning of the end for Red Bull's era of dominance? Or will they bounce back stronger than ever? One person who isn't sugarcoating the situation is Sky Sports commentator and former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher. In a recent interview, Schumacher didn't hold back, stating bluntly that Red Bull is collapsing from within and that the only reason the team is still at the top is because of Max Verstappen. According to him, Verstappen's exceptional talent is the only factor keeping Red Bull competitive and collecting meaningful points this season. Schumacher went further, saying that behind closed doors, things are on fire inside the Red Bull camp. He believes that Verstappen's calm demeanor in the media is a facade, a sign that Max no longer sees a future with the team. In his view, Verstappen is already mentally detached, knowing he has offers on the table and that Red Bull's internal chaos won't affect his long-term plans. In fact, Schumacher claims it's almost inevitable that Verstappen will leave Red Bull and says Aston Martin is going all in to secure his services. The team is reportedly willing to build itself around him, offering the kind of flexibility and personal focus that no other team, not even Mercedes, is prepared to provide right now. Mercedes, it seems, is betting heavily on young talent like Kimi Antonelli, rather than chasing big-name drivers. Schumacher's message was clear: if Verstappen leaves, Red Bull's future becomes incredibly uncertain. Without Max, and with no other driver able to match his output, the team could rapidly slide down the order and lose its status as a frontrunner. He warns that things could get a lot worse very quickly if Red Bull doesn't get its act together. So now it's your turn. Do you agree with Ralf Schumacher? Is Red Bull truly crumbling from the inside? And would the departure of Max Verstappen mark the end of an era for the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take on this dramatic unfolding situation. We're back with more updates from this exciting race week, covering everything happening on and off the track. So if you don't want to miss a thing, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications right here on the channel. And if you enjoy this info-packed video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps support our work. Now let's dive into what's been dominating the headlines once again: Red Bull Racing and the ongoing speculation surrounding Max Verstappen's future. With each passing race weekend, more eyes turn toward the energy drink team, not only because of their recent decline in performance, but also due to the growing uncertainty inside the garage. The once dominant Red Bull squad has been experiencing instability since last season, and now serious questions are being asked about how long Verstappen will stick around. Multiple sources have reported that if things don't improve soon, Verstappen could leave the team at the end of this season, with Aston Martin rumored to be his most likely destination. Within the team, the public message has been one of calm. Red Bull insists that Verstappen is under contract until 2028, and therefore, they claim there's no real risk of losing him anytime soon. However, the Dutch driver himself has made it clear several times that a contract is not an unbreakable chain, especially when certain clauses can open the door to a potential early exit. In previous years, Verstappen's contract reportedly included performance-linked clauses tied to other personnel in the team. If those individuals left Red Bull, Verstappen could walk away without penalty. While the specifics of today's contract are slightly different, Red Bull insiders, including Helmut Marko, a key advisor, have recently revealed some of the new escape mechanisms built into the agreement. It's important to understand that breaking a top-tier Formula One contract isn't as simple as walking away. We're talking about multi-million-dollar penalties, not to mention the additional cost a rival team would face to secure Verstappen's services. That said, these performance clauses are the exception, carefully crafted loopholes that can allow either party to terminate the deal without financial consequences. According to new information, Verstappen's contract includes performance-based triggers for both himself and Red Bull. If Verstappen underperforms significantly, Red Bull has the right to terminate his deal. But more interestingly, if Red Bull fails to provide a competitive car, Verstappen can leave the team without paying any penalty. These performance standards are typically based on the team's position in the Constructors' Championship. If Red Bull remains in the top spots, Verstappen likely won't be able to activate his exit clause. However, should the team start slipping down the standings, as has been the case recently, with Verstappen often being the only one scoring meaningful points, the scenario could change quickly. The idea is not far-fetched. Similar clauses exist elsewhere on the grid. Take Carlos Sainz, for example. Recent reports suggest that Sainz's deal with Williams may include a provision allowing him to leave if a higher-ranked team makes him an offer. These clauses are designed to protect driver careers when teams underperform, though teams, of course, tend to set high thresholds to avoid being caught off guard. Still, it's something worth watching closely. Red Bull's increasing dependence on a single driver to carry their results may soon have real consequences. If the team continues to rely solely on Verstappen while struggling to develop a strong second driver and competitive upgrades, they could slide down the table just far enough to trigger that crucial clause, freeing Verstappen to entertain offers from more promising rivals. So what do you think? Do you believe Max Verstappen could leave Red Bull soon if the team's results continue to decline? Or do you think the bond between driver and team is too strong, and that Verstappen will stay where he's won multiple world titles? Let us know in the comments. We're keeping a close eye on this developing situation. To make sure you don't miss any key developments from the world of Formula One, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We post daily updates, always bringing you the most important stories from the paddock. And if you enjoy this video packed with insight, don't forget to hit the like button. It really supports our work. Now, let's talk about a topic that's sparked a lot of debate recently: the situation with Red Bull's drivers and the growing reputation the team has for burning through talent. Over the past few years, several drivers have struggled to meet expectations at Red Bull, often finding themselves replaced abruptly when their performance didn't match the high bar set by Max Verstappen. One of the more notable cases was Sergio Pérez, who managed to hold on to his seat longer than most, racing alongside Verstappen from 2021 through 2024. However, in his final 2 seasons, Pérez's performance dipped significantly, especially when compared to Verstappen. The gap between them grew wider, and while Red Bull insiders pointed fingers at Pérez, Verstappen publicly defended his teammate, insisting that the real issue was the car, which, according to him, was notoriously difficult to drive and not tailored to suit different driving styles. Nevertheless, Red Bull terminated Pérez's contract, bringing in Liam Lawson as a replacement. But just 2 races later, Lawson was also pulled from the seat, having failed to deliver the performance the team was hoping for. Once again, another driver's momentum was halted, raising broader questions about Red Bull's environment and how it affects careers. This isn't a new pattern. The team has seen promising talents pushed out quickly, with names like Nyck de Vries also failing to secure a future in the sport after falling short under Red Bull's high-pressure expectations. Despite being touted as a potential star, de Vries never quite found his rhythm in the car and was let go before he could properly adjust. But as for Sergio Perez, it seems his F1 story might not be over just yet. In a recent interview, Perez confirmed the swirling rumors that he's already been approached by other teams for a possible return in 2025. One of the most serious suitors appears to be Cadillac, which is reportedly seeking a driver with real Formula One experience as they prepare for their own entry into the grid. When asked directly, Perez didn't beat around the bush. He admitted that multiple teams have reached out since he left Formula One after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. He also made it clear that nothing is guaranteed yet, and while he hasn't made a decision about returning, he's open to the idea if the right project presents itself. For Perez, the key factor is joining a team that values his experience and talent and offers him a meaningful role, not just a seat, but a challenge he can fully commit to. If that doesn't materialize, he said he's also content focusing on his personal life, which includes spending more time with his children and family, something he values deeply. He emphasized that conversations are ongoing with multiple parties, though he declined to name the teams involved. However, he hinted that we could expect some news by mid-season, suggesting that serious talks are already well underway. Adding weight to the speculation, members of the Andretti Cadillac project also commented this week that Perez is indeed among their top candidates, praising his past performances with top teams and suggesting that his struggles at Red Bull were more a reflection of the car's limitations than of the driver himself. So what do you think? Will we see Sergio Perez back on the F1 grid next year, possibly with Cadillac, or do you see him fitting into another team's plans? Or do you believe his time in Formula One has truly come to a close? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This could be one of the most interesting comeback stories of the season.